everyone, welcome to Ellis Mowers. Time for another product review. This one's actually going to be relevant to my garage and lighting and whatnot that I do out here. You see this light that I have up here on the top of the garage. Kind of cobbled it together a few years ago to get a dusk to dawn type deal on the cheap. It's worked good for about 4 years, but we're going to replace it. Olafus sent me a LED wall lamp. It's 5500 lumens. It's a dusk to dawn because that's the one that I wanted. They do have the hard wires and they do have the motion. They come in a bunch of different colors: black, white, brown. I have all the description and their social media links and everything down below to not only this item but to their page if you are interested in this. We're going to do a review a little bit before and after in the dark to show you the difference between the two. So this is a 5500 lumen dusk to dawn light. Hooks right into your fixture. It is 6500K, so it's going to be a very bright white light here. We'll go ahead and open the box while we are on here as well. So when you open the box, we have an instruction manual, weatherproof cover and seal, safety guide, and then we get into the nuts and bolts of this. Looks like we've got some plastic hardware here, maybe for the dusk to dawn sensor. Here's some wire nuts and some mounting hardware if you need that, screws, and the meat and potatoes of what we're working on here is the actual fixture itself. So this is a fairly large fixture, and what you can do is you can move these up and down if you need to, including the middle. I'll probably end up having them pointed down a little bit. There's a screw on the inside here that you can loosen to help unscrew this and get it to aim further down. What I might do is let the ones on the outside hang down and the one in the middle just shine out. We'll see. But yeah, so basically all we need to do, it is plastic housing, so keep that in mind, is look at some instructions. I'll get a ladder, we'll get that thing swapped out and see how bright this thing is. Thank you, Olafus, again. Description in below of the company, social media handles, website, and product links. So installing is just as important as de-installing, I suppose. So I looked up here to my setup. Sometimes what you do is you have things running a circuit on electrical circuits, and they're not controlled by a switch and they're hardwired. If that's the case, the best thing to do is to go ahead and take the circuit breaker and turn it off. That's associated with this light. This one I know is controlled only by a switch, and I can see the wires are just coming out, and it's not hot because the switch is controlling it. So we're going to take the wire nuts off. Just take the fixture down and you're good to go. Alright, so old fixture is down. Let me show you what you need to do to the new fixture in order to get it to where it's weatherproof. Alright, before we get up there, I'll show you the installation process. They give you this weather stripping you put on the inside. It doesn't necessarily matter what side, but I put it so that you can put your ground on the inside of the box, and what it does is you can feed your wires up through this hole, and the weather stripping is supposed to go up against the fixture according to the diagram. So your weather stripping is going to go like this, and then this will press up against your electrical box. just like so. And then there's a screw that goes right here that goes through to the electrical box. So that's what we're going to do next. Basically all I got to do is take it up there and screw it in, and then the fixture itself screws in to this. And once we do that, we should be able to wire everything up. So I'll show you the finished product once I get it all wired up there. Alright guys, electrical work is simple, but I wanted to show you how I did it here. So the diagram is showing that the weather stripping goes on the outside instead of the inside. So we have done that, and we have a nice tight fit from the fixture there. So what I did is I took this plate and took it off, ran the wires through there, wire nutted everything, made sure the wire nuts are facing upward, and you can ground it to this plate here, but I have a ground wire running there, and it's a good ground because this is a grounded circuit out here in the garage. So I've done that, and then all that's left to do is in the middle there we have a screw, and that screw comes up, you put it in the front, comes up through here, screws into there. And I also put the wires, this little space at the top here, because that's where the wires kind of go. So I will need two hands for this, but I'm basically just going to push this back, screw it in, get the lights oriented like I want to, and be done. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll show you the results here in just a second. Alright guys, we are on. So just take that screw, line it up with the hole, screw it in, make sure it's tied up against this weather strip in here, and you should be good to go. One thing, if you do need to adjust the trajectory of this light right here, is that screw. If you back out that screw, you can move this up and down freely. These move independently, so you can kind of do what you need to. Oh, there you go. So if we need to go in a little bit like that, we can do that, which I don't really need. You can mess around with it, you know, so we'll go like that for right now. It should be dark enough, so I'll turn this light on, show you how bright it is, and also give you a comparison of the old light versus the new light here in the darkness. So it's not even dark yet, and I'll show you. It's definitely brighter, whiter, and more directional than what I had, which is good. I could look at my other one. This one right here I can hardly even look at without getting stars or dots in my eyes. So next you're going to see the old light, and then we're going to show the new light, and then we'll wrap this video up. Alright guys, I'm going to show you the night before here, before I install this fixture, what kind of light I get off of the current fixture that I have. It's basically just two daylight sensing bulbs on a hardwire fixture, and that is what it is. So that's I get decent light kind of just especially immediately out of the garage, but nothing spectacular by any means. Enough to move around in, and enough to kind of reach to my basketball goal over there, and kind of up to the trailer here, but nothing crazy bright. So let's see what this new light has in store. And here is the after. I can tell a difference pretty well. Hopefully it shows up on camera. The two things that I know is that the light out here is now more defined, which means it's more directional instead of just kind of all over the place. Definitely brighter. 5,500 lumens is a lot. I had only like 1,600, and so I have better light to even be able to see like things over here on the trailer a little bit better, and all the way kind of a broad spectrum across the driveway, almost to where I'm standing. So that's a good thing, and you know, it's where my camera and stuff is, if in case I need it for anything. Pretty darn good for what it is, I do say so. I can tell that it's a lot wider and more defined even on this camera shot, and hopefully it's showing up for y'all as well. So let's wrap this video up. Well, I'll stand in front of it to end the video just to show how good it is, or how bright it is. I wish it was not plastic. It's basically all plastic, so you have to watch it over time as it weathers. But you can tell it's plenty of light, enough to give off plenty of light for me to be standing in front of it here to film the ending of this video. Installation's easy, just like any other light fixture, especially if you already have an existing electrical box just like I had. This should be a lot safer than what I had as well. I'm actually surprised that my setup lasted as long as it is. But thank you to Olafus for this security light. It does provide a lot of light, not only for like if I have something that happens later in the evening to where I have somebody do a pickup or a drop off or something along those lines, or in case I just need it lit up just in case something happens around here. Hopefully nothing does, but that light right there hopefully will help deter people. So thank you, Olafus, for sending the product. Again, all of the links and everything to the company, to the product, and to their product line are down below. If you have any products you want me to try out, you're a company, feel free to reach out to me, Ellis at ellismowers.com, or at ellismowers09 on Instagram and Facebook. And I appreciate Olafus for sending this practical product that I can use every day. Thank you again for watching. Hope you enjoy the review, and I'll see you on the next video. Take care.